And good evening once again. Day 1363 of the Trump administration, 21 days to go until Election Day 2020. That means 3 weeks from tonight we'll be on the air covering election returns. Donald Trump, declaring himself cured and immune, is continuing his campaign to convince our country the virus and pandemic are disappearing. All evidence to the contrary. If it's Tuesday, it must be Pennsylvania. And indeed, tonight we saw the second crowded rally in as many nights' time. And because life is all about timing, he landed in Pennsylvania at a time when infections are up 27% in just the past week. Washington Post now says over 20 states have set records for new infections in just recent days. America continues to lead the world in terms of the death toll. The virus has now killed 1 of every 1,600 of us. Continuing what's become a rally custom, the advance staff tonight tried to make sure the people behind the president in his head-on camera angle were masked. The rest of the crowd, not so much. Here was the president's message about the pandemic.
We're rounding the turn on the pandemic. We understand that, hey, I just had it. Here I am, it's me. It's actually me. I got to get out, and I have to meet people, and I have to see people, and I know it's risky to do that, but you have to do what you have to do. I'm the president. I can't sit in the basement. I'm immune, they tell me. I'm immune. I could come down and start kissing everybody. I'll kiss every guy, man and woman. Who has had it here? Who's had it? Yeah, a lot of people. Well, you're the people I want to say hello to because you're right now immune.
Joe Biden had this to say about the president while campaigning in Florida.
I prayed for his recovery when he got COVID, and I'd hoped at least he'd come out of it somewhat chastened. But what has he done? He's just doubled down on the misinformation he did before and making it worse. While he throws super spreader parties at the White House where Republicans hug each other without concern to the consequences. How many of you have been unable to hug your grandkids in the last 7 months?
As all that unfolded on the campaign trail today, Trump's Supreme Court nominee, his third, Amy Coney Barrett, was questioned on the second day of her hearings. Barrett's grilling lasted about 11 hours. Democrats on the committee tried to get some sense of how she would change the court if nominated.
Does the Constitution give the President of the United States the authority to unilaterally delay a general election?
I would need to hear arguments from the litigants. If I give off-the-cuff answers, then I would be basically a legal pundit.
You're unmistakably criticizing this decision to uphold the Affordable Care Act in a case that will be before you as a newly seated member of the Supreme Court.
I'm not here on a mission to destroy the Affordable Care Act. I'm just here to apply the law and adhere to the rule of law.
Were you aware of President Trump's statements committing to nominate judges who will strike down the Affordable Care Act?
I don't recall seeing or hearing those statements, but I don't really know what context they were in. When I had my calls with senators, I honestly can't remember whether senators framed the questions in the context of President Trump's comments. Perhaps so.
Do you agree with Justice Scalia's view that Roe was wrongly decided?
I can't pre-commit or say, yes, I'm going in with some agenda.
Is Roe a super precedent?
I'm answering a lot of questions about Roe, which I think indicates that Roe doesn't fall in that category. It's not a case that everyone has accepted and doesn't call for its overruling.
Tonight at his rally, Trump made a point of praising Judge Barrett.
Great future Supreme Court justice. And I will tell you, Amy's made a great impression.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.